Joining us now, she just finished her rookie season, Kathleen Doyle. And Kathleen, I think it's safe to say probably the most challenging rookie season for the entire rookie class in WNBA history. So let's take a look back at it for you, the positives, the areas you learned. How would you sum it up?
It was definitely challenging for sure. I think just overall, I just feel really grateful for the opportunity that I had to be a part of such a historic season and I mean, being on a roster itself. So that was just a blessing in itself, but definitely had its challenges and I learned a lot and had a lot of fun too. But yeah, I think it was just a learning curve and I think everyone would say it was a challenging season.
Whether it was on the court, off the court, where do you feel like you made your biggest strides?
I think in a lot of areas I did. I feel like on the court and off the court, I mean, you get thrown to the wolves in the WNBA. Like you go out there and playing against the best in the world, and that's what makes it so fun to be in the WNBA. Like these players are just unbelievable, and getting to like work alongside of them and play against them just automatically elevates your game because you have to be on your A game at all times. So you definitely get better on the court, and then off the court with just all of the social justice movements that we were trying to lead. And I was more following the lead of the older people in the league with more experience, but I learned a lot about myself and just finding confidence in my voice that seeing the older players in the league use their platforms for good just made me feel really confident that I could do the same thing. And that is honestly one of my favorite parts about being in the WNBA is the work that people do off the court. Just it was palpable within the bubble that people were passionate about this and that we weren't gonna just like settle and just play games to play games. Like it was bigger than ourselves. And that was extremely powerful to be a part of. Just like to be completely candid, I didn't really like focus on that area of my life. Like I obviously have my own beliefs and values and things like that, but I never put them like out on display in my life. And that like seeing older players in the league do that made me want to do that as well. And just gave me confidence that I do have a voice and I can help make a difference instead of just like believing what I believe behind closed doors. Like I can project that out into the world and hopefully make a positive impact.
What's it like for a player in your position? You're young, you're just into the league, to also be a part of a movement and to realize that you have a voice that can do as much as yours, your teammates, the entire league was able to do?
Yeah, it was really powerful. I feel like just being such a young player, it was powerful to be alongside of and like united with the people that might have a bigger platform than me. That definitely helps, but that's like the beauty of the league is that there's people that are more experienced that are teaching younger players kind of like how we do things and being able to be on the like same playing field as them, like just feeling united that we are making a positive difference, that they're like spearheading this was like it was just really honestly educational and really powerful to be a part of. I learned a lot.
Well, it was certainly powerful as somebody that wasn't in the bubble and was experiencing all the effects that you all were doing there. I think you certainly had an effect on everybody outside of it as well. And I think you deserve a lot of credit, your teammates and the entire league, for everything that you all were able to do. You touched on this a little bit earlier in the interview, but the ability to play with and against some of the best players in the world. And I'm wondering the impact that getting to have your rookie season and be in the backcourt and I assume go against each other in practice, the impact of having Julie Allemand on your team.
Yeah, she was amazing to play with. I mean, me and her became really close off the court as well. So she's a really close friend of mine now. And that's like my favorite part about basketball is the relationships that you get from it. And I'm really grateful to have Julie as one of my good friends now, but just her basketball abilities and what she brought to the team was so fun to watch and play with and play against in practice. She just kind of like did her thing out there and stayed steady for us against really, really great competition, obviously. And that's her rookie season as well. So she did great things for us. And I learned a lot from her.
Well, as is the case with most WNBA players, as your WNBA season ends, there's not really an off season. You go and as so many play overseas, and for you, that's in Poland. Can you shed a little light on what your off season in the WNBA experience has been and what it's going to be like?
Yeah, I'm playing in Poland currently. It's been honestly pretty difficult just with COVID. I mean, I feel like everybody has been severely affected in some way by it, but Unfortunately, I actually got it while I was there, so I was quarantined for a bit. So it's been a bit rocky so far, but just trying to get better when I can every day and just get back on track after getting it, and then just recovering and feeling good and getting back on the court. But it's good to be playing against good competition and playing in games and things like that. So just making the most of it.
You seem to be healthy and in good shape. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. I really do. I didn't get like severe symptoms or anything. I definitely had symptoms, but nothing severe or compared to what I've heard people going through. So that was a blessing. I was really grateful for that. But yeah, it's scary to kind of have it. I mean, you don't think about it, and then you get that positive test, and it's like, oh, geez, that's scary. But luckily, everything went fine, and everybody on my team was fine. So that was good.
Well, I know all the Fever fans, the WNBA fans listening to this right now are happy to hear that you are doing much better, and that you have hopefully put the worst behind you in what certainly is a scary disease and obviously a global pandemic. As you kind of project forward here, a WNBA season will be on the horizon before we know it. What are some areas that you want to take into year number 2 and continue to grow within your own game?
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things that I could get better at. I feel like every rookie and honestly every player could say that year after year. But I think just confidence in knowing that I belong and just kind of taking that energy and my spunk that I like to bring to teams that I'm on into next season after having that year under my belt is something I look forward to doing every day in practice and hopefully having a more positive impact on the court, and just try to win games. Honestly, it's exciting.
And hopefully a more normal environment, a more normal season in 2021 as well. It relates to having fans back in the building and hopefully getting to play basketball games, your first since your college days in Indianapolis. And I know you look forward to that, and we all hopefully look forward to having that happen in 2021. Kathleen Doyle, your rookie season in the WNBA is in the books. Glad you're doing better as it relates to the coronavirus, and best of luck in your off season and in your play and your time in Poland.
Thank you. I appreciate it.